Okay, so we're going to use 2 blocks, a blanket, and a strap today. And you can use anything for a strap. Anything you've got, a long scarf at home or a stretchy strap or a yoga strap. And we'll start seated. So you can sit however you want to sit. You can sit up on a blanket, or you can a bolster or block. And any leg position is fine. Just kind of orient to your space here. Notice, do you have enough space around you? Do you have all the stuff you need? How warm or cold are you feeling right now? And then your eyes can stay open or they can close as you begin to just ground down. So noticing where your body is making contact with the floor and your props. Maybe even just noticing where your arms are touching your lap or your legs. And then noticing, are you holding anything up against gravity? Is there anything you could let go of? And then how does your mind feel this morning? And when you notice that, just notice if you have a tendency to judge it, right? If you're um, feeling like something's unpleasant and you're pushing it away, or any kind of judgment on the other side too, if it's really good. Instead, let's just be curious about whatever you are bringing to your yoga practice this morning. What emotions might be there, what your energy level is like. And then just take an inhale, a really wide inhale if it feels okay. Pause and then take a second inhale. And then just blow out your mouth, getting all the air out. And then let's do that again. So it's one wide inhale and pausing, and then a second, and then a long out mouth. Yeah, like a sigh. Good. One more time. Good. And then just let your breath be however you want it to be right now, noticing it go in and out. And then perhaps sitting up a little bit taller if that feels all right. And feel like your spine is lifting upward and the top of your head is reaching upward. Good. And then on your inhale, let's inhale and open up the arms wide. Good. And then exhale, just wrap your right arm on top of the left for a hug. Good. Pause there for an inhale and an exhale. And then inhale, let's open up wide again. And exhale, left arm on top of right, same thing. Feeling your fingers wrapping around your arms or shoulders. And then we'll inhale, open up again. And this time you can either hug or do eagle arms right on top of left. Wrapping the elbows, yeah. And then inhale, breathe into the space between your shoulder blades. And exhale, just relax your jaw and your neck. Good. And then on your next inhale, let's open up again. Stretch it back if you can. Yeah. And then exhale, left on top of right. And we'll squeeze the elbows toward one another as you breathe into the space between your shoulder blades. And it's okay to be in the hug still. In that case, you're just kind of squeezing inward. And then on the next inhale, open up, and let's do each side again. Pausing for the inhale and exhale there. And you can go with your own timing. You don't have to be in time with me. Good. Now, after this one, when you open up again, Let's just take the fingertips behind your back onto the floor. You can scoot away from the wall if you need space, and inhale and open up across the fronts of the shoulders, and exhale there. Good. And then inhale again. And exhale, release. And we're going to come onto our backs, and you'll need your blanket. You might need a second thing below your head. You know, if you need head and neck support, that's fine. We're just going to come onto our backs, and first with the knees bent, and just notice for a moment all the places where you're making contact with the floor. And coming into more of an umbrella breath now. So the umbrella breath is when you're expanding your lower rib cage 3-dimensionally. And you can even put your hands there if you want to. And just feel it on the inhale that this is widening, especially out to the sides, because we usually do like more of a, people do a belly breath, but you want to get your whole rib cage, the whole lower area of your rib cage to open up 3-dimensionally. Good. And you can blow out through your mouth, or you can use an Ujjayi exhale, you know, starting to get into more of that. We're going to have a good, strong practice today. And so you'll want to have a breath to support that, right? So your big inhale and long exhales. Good. And then when you're ready to, you can release your arms, and you're going to, let's actually leave the blanket just at your side for a moment, and exhale as you bring your right knee in, and then just relax the ankle. And as you inhale, start to straighten up toward the ceiling, and then exhale, flex the ankle, dorsiflexion, toes towards shin, and bend the leg. And then inhale, relax the ankle as you straighten it up, and exhale, flex as you bend. And let's just do 2 more. Now this time, let's keep the legs straight. And now we're going to take your blanket and place it folded up on top of the sole of the foot. And extend that up toward the ceiling still. And then let's bring the left leg up next to it. And now interlacing your hands behind your head. Okay, pause for an inhale. And as you exhale, let's wrap the elbows around the ears, tuck the chin, and lift the head and shoulders off the floor. Yeah, that's it. And then inhale here. And as you exhale, really press the low back down as you start to lower the left leg a little or a lot toward the floor. And then inhale, bring it back up, and you're just going to repeat that action. Okay. Now, the key here, you guys, is that as you lower, don't let any part of your back come away from the floor. So you're really pressing that low back down to the floor, and you're relaxing your jaw, you're relaxing your face. Good. Notice if you're tending to get, you know, really tight and clenchy around your neck too. And if you're getting a hip click, don't go as far down. Instead, really try to engage your core and press the low back down. Good, a couple more. Good, and the next time you come up, just bend the knees. You can take your blanket off your foot and just rest it on your belly for a moment. Take a breath there, inhale and exhale. And then let's inhale and bring the left knee in. And actually, you could just leave the blanket there and exhale. And then inhale, straighten the leg up with the relaxed ankle, flex the ankle and bend the knee, and repeat. So you're just straightening and bending, kind of warming up the back of the leg, and also doing a little bit of a nerve glide here. Good. Now the next time, let's leave the foot up, or we can put the blanket on first and then get it up there. And bring the other leg next to it. Interlace hands behind your head. Inhale as you curl the elbows around your ears. Exhale, peel up off the floor. Inhale and exhale, start to lower slowly the right leg. So go so slowly so that you can tell when your back starts to come away from the floor. It'll be easier to keep the back down if you lift the head and shoulders up higher, right? But it might be difficult to do that, okay? So don't crank on your neck or anything. Just kind of noticing that it's okay to only move the leg down a few inches, right? So the more important piece is staying connected to your core. And then keep breathing, right? Keep breathing. Good. And then next time you come up, let's bend the knees and take the blanket away. Just set it to the side now or below your head. Let's widen the feet and widen the arms and windshield wiper the knees side to side. Letting your breath flow here. Good. Now let's take the arms more in a diagonal. So more like a very wide V or W kind of up. And now rolling on to your right side. You're going to keep that right arm up in that diagonal and straighten the right leg on the floor, bringing the left knee across. And you might need to put your left knee on a block or a blanket. Okay, we're going to bring the right arm. I know I said keep it on the diagonal, but you're going to put that right hand on your left knee. Okay, and your head can be on head and neck support if it wants. Now we're going to reach this left arm across and over on that diagonal. Inhale. And then as you exhale, we're going to open up that arm like a book, keeping the knee grounded on your prop or the floor, and repeat. So you're going to inhale, reach it across, and I'll come around. So you guys, yeah, you do know what you're doing. Yeah, good. And so if the knee is flying off the prop, make your prop higher up, you know, like get your block and put it under there so that you can isolate more of the upper back here. And when you roll across, right, onto the right, really reach as far as you can so the shoulders protract there. Good. And if you want to stay open, you can. For a couple of breaths, you might like to stay open. And you guys, with any of these small heaters around the room, feel free to turn them off if you need to. Good. Just take a couple of breaths there. Try the umbrella breath into the rib cage when you're holding it. Good. And then release. You can come onto your back, pause there for a moment, and then roll over onto your second side. Let's do this. Good. And when you get onto that second side, why not set up your prop properly so that you know that your knee can stay grounded down, right? So that might be a block or a blanket. Your left arm holds the knee, and then your right arm is going to reach across. You can use head and neck support if you want. It's going across on an angle, and you're reaching as far as you can on the inhale. And then on the exhale, you're rolling open, keeping that knee grounded on the prop. And repeat. I'm going to do 3 or 4, and then you can hold. Yeah, when you reach back over, when you close your book, just imagine you're being pulled by the arm, almost like someone's trying to pull you over onto your belly. So you're really reaching forward as well. Good, yeah, I know, you guys are a little close. Try not to smack each other. And then when you hold it open, think umbrella breath, opening up the rib cage on those inhales, letting your head roll to where it feels natural. Stealing it. Good, you guys. And then let's come on to the back again with the knees bent, arms at your sides, and just notice, take a couple of breaths there. Feeling the rib cage open on the inhale, and then just relax on the exhale for a moment. Good, and then inhale again. And as you exhale, let's bring the right knee in and just hold behind the leg with your hands. If it feels okay, you could straighten out the left leg on the floor. And then inhale, let's straighten the right leg up toward the ceiling and keep it there. Let's move the shoulder blades down the back. Your ankle can be relaxed. Good, inhaling. And as you exhale, if it feels all right, just let go with your arms, release them to the floor. Good. Inhale, can you take that right leg out to the right without letting your hips roll that way? So just a little bit. And then exhale, engage the abdominals and bring the leg back to center and repeat. So you're bringing the leg out to the side just a little bit and exhale back up. Trying to feel that your core is supporting you as you move your limb, right? So the leg is pretty heavy. And as you take it to the side, can you stabilize through your center? And if you want to, you could try to hold the leg out there for a couple of breaths. Notice if you're trying to stabilize with your jaw instead of your core. Let's try to soften there. And then when you're ready, exhale, bring the leg in and bend the knee. Let's just straighten out both legs on the floor for a moment, noticing the two sides, following the breath in and out. You can inhale and stretch your arms overhead, and exhale, let's bring the left knee in, holding behind it. You can always bend the right leg if it feels better, okay? Then we'll inhale, straighten the leg up toward the ceiling and leave it there, taking a breath or two. Ankle relaxed for this one. Then you can let go with the arms. Just find that core stability. And when you're ready, you can inhale, take that leg out to the left a little bit, and then exhale, begin the exhale first, engage the core back to center, repeating. And so the focus here isn't, it isn't how far you can get the leg out to the side, but more about, can you find stability through your center as you move your limbs around? And then maybe you hold it out there for a couple breaths if it feels okay. And when you're ready, you can bring it back in and straighten out the legs on the floor. Just noticing, take in a breath or two. Noticing what your intention is for your practice today. And maybe you don't have one and that's okay, but just what pops into your head that either for your body or your mind, your emotional state, whatever it might be, something that you want to bring in today. And then as you take an inhale, you could reach your arms overhead. And as you exhale, you could bring those knees in and just rock yourself up, or you can always roll to your side if you prefer. We're going to come on to hands and knees into a quadruped position. And then we're just going to take that right leg out to the right. So you might need to alternate with your neighbor in the studio here. And really press the foot into the floor. Okay, so you feel your inner thigh turn on. And then inhale, let's tilt the tail up, chest forward, and exhale and round. So just a cat and cow with an adductor stretch here. Keep pressing that foot down and notice how it changes, how the stretch changes as you move your spine, and it's really your pelvis that's probably changing it. Good, you guys. Now, the next time your tail tilts upward, let's tuck those back toes under on the floor and keep the tail tilted upward and keep pressing the foot into the floor as you try to sit back toward that left heel a little bit or a lot, and then rise back up. Good. And of course, you could be on forearms if your arms or shoulders or your wrists or shoulders are bothering you. That's fine too. Good, you guys. And then next time you come up, just slowly bring that right leg in. Notice the two sides for a moment. And then exhale to take the left leg out to the side. And press that foot into the floor, feeling your adductors turn on. And then inhale, tail up. Exhale, round. Just noticing how your whole spine feels, how your hip feels, inner thighs, wrists, shoulders. Good. And then if you can keep the tail upward, tucking the back toes, you can exhale, start to sit a little bit or a lot back toward that back heel and rise back up on the inhale and just repeat that a few times. Keep pressing the foot into the floor as you do that. Good. And then when you come up this next time, just gently bring that left leg in. Inhale, let's just do a cat and cow here. And then we'll come into downward dog when you're ready. You can always choose puppy dog pose instead. Just stretching your fingers forward as you reach your hips back, letting your neck relax, letting your jaw relax, and just move around however you want to. So really getting into the process of your yoga practice, making it a little more playful, right? Being in the moment, no set goals, nothing you have to achieve, no way of doing it. In yoga, it's one of the main limbs of yoga, the yamas or inner observances. And one of those is non-attachment, right? So not being attached to the outcome, but really just trying to be here and feel whatever you feel and take care of yourself. And now, as you're ready, let's walk hands and feet towards one another. You can meet us there if you're on your knees, just meet us there when you're ready. And you can let your head and neck relax. You might nod or shake it side to side. You can let your arms relax. You can let your knees bend. Good. Maybe take a sigh here. And then when you're ready to, let's inhale and place your hands above your knees and just extend your spine forward, taking your weight toward the balls of your feet to get a little more into your calves. Good. And then exhale, sitting back toward the heels, chair pose. And then let's inhale, rise up. Good. And exhale, we're going to bend the elbows and grab the opposite elbow or wrist or forearm. Yeah, whatever you feel like you can hold. Okay. We'll inhale here. And then as you exhale, take them out to the side and behind your back and do the same thing. Okay. Just wherever it feels like you can go and then repeat. So you're inhaling up, reaching, and then exhaling down behind the back. Good. Good. This time when you come up, let's pause. Okay, so your exhale here, and then inhale, put your right ear on your right upper arm, and then exhale, lean to the right. Good. Then inhale back up to the center, and exhale, left ear, left upper arm, lean left. Good. Then inhale back up, and exhale, arms down and behind the back. Good. Grabbing just wherever you can without kind of distorting your whole body, right? Wherever it feels natural. And inhale here, and exhale, we'll lean like this too. And inhale, center. And exhale, lean the other way. Inhale, center. And exhale, release the arms. And inhale up. Again, the arms hook up here somewhere. And this time we're going to exhale, just twist toward the right. And inhale back to center. And exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, arms down. Same thing behind the back. Okay, so you get the hold, inhale, exhale, twist one side. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist other side. Good, inhale, center. Good, exhale, release the arms, just kind of shake them out. And you can get your blocks up toward the front of your mat. And your blanket you might like for knee support, knee padding, you can kind of put that in the center of your mat here. Just come on up toward the front. Feet parallel. Notice how you feel on your feet. You can move around however you want to. Okay. And then we'll inhale and reach those arms way up. And exhale, hinge and fold. Then inhale, extend your spine forward, weight towards balls of feet. And exhale, let's step the left knee back to the blanket and drop it. Okay, and then inhale, rise up so your back hip is over your back knee. So you're not in a lunge, you're in a half kneel, you're up here, yes. And tucking the back toes under, you're gonna tuck the tail forward, lifting your pubic bone up so you start to get a stretch in the front of that back hip. Okay, then inhale here, just take the top of your head high, good, and exhale here. And then inhale, lift the left arm up and stretch it way up. Keep the tail tucked and exhale a little lean to the right. Good. Jaw relaxed, face relaxed. Good. Keep that tuck going forward. Good. Inhale and exhale. And then inhale, rise back up. And exhale, can you keep that tuck, right? And start to lunge forward. So go really slowly. You might need to walk the foot forward. Okay, then bring your hands down to your blocks here. Can you keep that back leg engaged and keep tucking? So you're not just dumping forward like this, right? So I could do this, right? But instead, I'm keeping this engaged here, okay? And then from here, inhale and exhale. We're gonna go back to our half Hanumanasana is the name of this pose. And we're just gonna let the ankle be relaxed, okay, rather than pull the toes up. And then we're gonna come forward again. We're gonna inhale forward, keep that back glute engaged, and then exhale, go back, keep the ankle engaged. I mean, relaxed. You can lift the foot if you need to. One more. And now this time when you go back, we're gonna stay here, but we're gonna change the angle of our front leg. Okay, so what we're gonna do is, and you might need to bend it to get into it. Let's put both hands on the inside and just start to walk that foot out on an angle, like to 1 or 2 o'clock if you're on a clock face. And you could be on the heel here, right? And now with your block hands here, you can stay really upright. You might even have to have your knee bent quite a bit in order to untuck the pelvis, right? Or if you're more mobile, you might be somebody that's down a little lower when you're doing this. Just go easy and gently, right? So just gentle. It's kind of an intense stretch here. And breathe. Let your neck relax. Following it in and out for about 4 slow breaths. And you can take any angle that works for you. So if it doesn't feel right, feel free to move your arms to a different place, okay? Or bend the knee more so you don't overstretch too. Good. Now, as you're ready, do bend the knee if you're not already, and just get yourself upright. Okay, and then we'll shimmy that foot, bending the knee back to center. And now we'll come down with both hands on your blocks or the floor on the inside of the foot. You can let your back be rounded here, it's fine. And let your neck relax. You might even come down further than that and really let your neck relax and your back round. And just inhale, breathing into those back ribs, the lower ribs. Okay, one more breath there. Feel like you're sucking your thigh bone into its socket, that right thigh bone. And then slowly bring yourself back up. Use your blocks and what we're gonna do here, let me show it from this side, is you're gonna come up and just bring your right forearm to your right thigh. Yeah, and turn your belly to the left. Right forearm, right thigh, right forearm. Yeah, here we go. We're getting it. We're getting it. Yes, you got it. Okay, now from here, can you start to lean toward that right knee? So it's like here, if I'm doing it this way, be like this. Just getting a little more into that adductor, right? And you guys, you be facing, yeah, this way. Yeah, that's it. So your left hip is opening to the left. Good. And now come back up. So you know how you're kind of hinging into that adductor? Just come more up to right angles. Left hand on left hip. And now can you take that left arm behind your back? So the back of the hand is on your low back where it might wrap around. And just let your neck relax. Good. Now, if you want to, you could place that right hand inside the right ankle on the floor or a block. Same thing. Inhale and exhale. Good. Inhale. And as you exhale, you can unwrap that left arm and just turn so you're facing that front leg again. So you square the hips. Good. Inhale, take that right knee back. And exhale, you can stretch back to puppy dog pose or downward dog. Take a sigh, reaching your fingers forward as you stretch your hips back. Good. Just notice the two sides, following your breath in and out. And just remember when you're doing these, like this class has a lot of flexibility in it, combined with our strength, but we're getting a little bit flexy today, right? So you don't need to stretch at 100% of your capability, okay? In fact, it would be better to stretch at like 50% to 30%. So don't push it. You actually want your nervous system to be calm as you're trying to increase flexibility and range of motion. It will help your brain to allow it to happen, okay? So think 50%, okay? Let's inhale, bend the knees. And then exhale, let's step the left knee forward or left foot forward. Drop the right knee, rise up to your half kneel. You can tuck your back toes. Inhale, tuck the tail forward, engage your back glute. Exhale. Inhale, reach the right arm up. Stretch way up, keep the tuck of the tail, and then exhale, lean to the left. Jaw relaxed, face relaxed. Inhale and exhale. And then inhale back up. And now exhale, can you keep this tucking action and then maybe lunge forward a little bit? You can walk that foot forward, of course, but you're not dumping the pelvis forward like this, right? You're keeping that in. And you can find your blocks. And we'll go between lunge and half Hanumanasana. So I know I'm just throwing in some Sanskrit there. Hanumanasana pose is the splits pose, and where that word comes from, Hanuman in Hindu mythology is the monkey god, and there's a story of him jumping in the splits across the ocean. Okay, so that's where that pose name comes from. Yeah. Just jumping in the splits across the ocean, no big deal, right? And then next time, maybe stay there, and we're going to take a little bit of an angle on it. So we're going to like maybe 11 o'clock with the leg. Remember, you can have the knee bend. So remember 50%, I should have told you on the first side, 50% of your flexibility range or effort. Let's think of it as effort. And you can fold any amount. So you're being really gentle with your nervous system. We focus so much on strength in here, but of course, flexibility is a huge part of yoga. And I was just listening to this really long, in-depth science of flexibility podcast the other day. I was just talking about how it's actually more effective to increase flexibility by really backing off, which I already knew, but I don't know that I always say that to everybody, right? So it's just kind of easing into it, having your nervous system calm is key. And just about 30 seconds is good for a stretch, but sometimes it takes a minute just to relax and be there. But guess how often you're supposed to do it? 5 times a week. So like 5 minutes a week per muscle that you're trying to really change. Okay, inhale, rise up, or range of motion, bending the knee, right? And now we're going down with the knee bent more at right angles. And we're taking our blocks in the inside or your hands to the floor, whichever works better. And let your neck relax. Now we're getting into that left hip, right? So again, just think not too intense. And you're in 90-degree angles. You're not trying to lunge forward. You're sucking that thigh bone into its socket. And then slowly we're going to rise up. And we're turning to the right with our chest and belly, placing left forearm on thigh. Good. And at first, we're just going to kind of get back into those adductors and the groin and all that area. And kind of going in and out a few times, making sure your knee feels safe too. Get enough padding there. Good. And then you can stay in the up position, the 90-degree. Remember your turn. So that lower leg, that right lower leg can come behind too. And you can take your left arm, wrapping it behind your back. Maybe it comes to the thigh around for those that have more open shoulders, or maybe it stays up and you're leaning to the side, like a side angle pose onto your forearm. Good. Neck relaxed, 2 more breaths. Good, 1 more breath. Good, and then slowly, oh, I forgot, we did do hand down. If you did try hand down by ankle, you could do that again. It's the left hand inside the left ankle. Good. And if you're way down there, you might want to come back up before you come out. Just turning toward the front, finding your blocks. And inhale, lift off that back knee. And then exhale, let's step that leg forward. Inhale, hands above knees, extending your spine forward. Exhale, sitting like you're sitting in a chair. And then inhale, rise. Good. Exhale, arms out and down. And then inhale, let's go up again. Stretch it way up. Exhale, let's fold. We're going to place our hands on the floor this time, bending the knees, stepping back to plank pose. You could always be on your knees instead of knees up, okay? Now you're going to want your hands on the floor, because where we're going to go from here, you can either hold plank, okay? Or you can try to bend your knees toward the floor and your elbows toward the floor, squeezing them toward one another, a little hover, and then pop back to plank. So it'd be inhale down, exhale, pop. Inhale down, exhale, pop. And you can even blow out your mouth, of course. And when you hover, when you go down, your elbows are just above the floor, and it's like you're squeezing a beach ball between those elbows. Good, and then next time you come forward to plank, let's lower down. You can drop to knees or come straight down. You might want to move your knee support out of the way. And we're going to have our arm coming out to the side. So just with your neighbor, you might scoot a little forward or a little back. Okay, I'm going to take the right arm out, and then left hand like you're doing a push-up, look left. And you can take that left knee, bend it, bring it behind. Good. Tucking the chin in a little bit and breathing. So what we're going for here, you might get some spinal stuff, right? You might be loosening up some of these muscles along the spine. But what we're also going for is a stretch on the front of that right shoulder or into the pec. You guys feeling that? Okay. So you can angle yourself however you need to feel that. Can you find that umbrella breath here? One more breath. And then slowly coming out. You can just tuck the chin so you roll over the forehead and then take the left arm out, bend right arm and right knee, and then flip it around the back. And just make sure your neck feels at ease wherever you're taking it. And you might need a different angle with your arms, so figuring that out. No, don't be sorry. I thought you were choosing something else. Here we go. Ready? So like this, right? And then so this arm out to the side. There you go. Yeah. And then this leg can bend and this leg could straighten. You getting a stretch in there? You're really flexy. Yeah. Okay. Good. And then when you're ready to, you can exhale, come back around. Good. And let's place the hands. Well, no, actually, let's just do a Sphinx pose or a cobra. Press your pubic bone down. Inhale, rise up, shoulder blades away from ears. See how that feels. You can move your neck around however you want to. Just really engage your glutes. You might even twist a little bit. And you can lower down by stretching your chest forward, bringing forehead down, and then inhale, placing hands back for a push-up, rolling shoulder blades onto your back, and exhale, you're gonna draw your ribs in and engage your core and your glutes. And you can press up to knees or you can press up to plank, and then back to downward dog or child's pose, or any other pose that feels like a little reset. Good. Now, can you come into more of a rhythmic breath if you've lost it? So let's inhale for a count of 3 or 4 and exhale for a count of 4 or 5 or 6. So a little bit longer on the exhale if you can, using your Ujjayi breathing or your natural breath. And just take 2 more here, checking in with whatever that intention was that you had for your practice today. You can make adjustments always to your practice based on what you need that day. And then we'll meet in a forward fold. So you can walk your hands and feet together. And we'll place hands above knees and inhale, reaching your spine forward. And then hit it twice, Renee, and it'll go off. And then exhale, bend the knees. And inhale, rise. Exhale, arms out and down. Good. All right, let's step wide. Why don't we just have everybody face the front, except for you guys in the back, you can face the door you came in, and just step wide. Okay, and we'll open up the right foot for warrior 2, kick the left heel back. Okay, so right leg open, and then let's bend that right knee if you're in warrior 2. Good. Shoulder blades down your back, relaxed, right? Now let's inhale, take the arms up. Exhale. What we're gonna do is inhale, roll the upper arm bones back, so externally rotate them. And then exhale, roll the upper arm bones forward internally. And you can let your spine go with it. Okay, so you can inhale, roll it back. You might lift the chest a little bit, palms turn up. And then exhale, roll them forward. You can round the upper back, take the head down. 2 more. Good, keep pressing the feet into the floor and feel like you're sucking that front thigh bone into the hip socket. Good, now next time you roll open, stay there. And then exhale to bring the right forearm to your right thigh. Good. We're gonna let's first stretch that left arm along the ear for a more traditional side angle pose. You could always take that right hand down to a block inside the right ankle if you wanted. Good, just breathe there. Notice where can you expand more? Where can you open up more here? Maybe it's out that top hand. Good, and now let's take that upper arm and just bring it down in front of your face and start to take it toward the back leg, turning the palm up. So you're externally rotating the upper arm bone, right? Like we did in Warrior 2. And now let's internally rotate it. So turn the upper arm bone down. You can let the spine move too. And we'll take it behind the back and then start to open the chest to the right or to the ceiling. I mean, to the left or toward the ceiling. Good, and you can even wrap the arm around if it gets there or just keep it on the low back. If none of that works, if your shoulder's really tight or achy, you can put it on your hip instead, right? So it could be here. Good, and then just let the neck relax and breathe. Couple more breaths. Good. Good, now slowly, let's unwrap the arm and start to pivot to face the front. So you can start to, or face your right leg, I should say. And we're gonna step the feet so that they're in Warrior 1, but like you're on 2 tracks, not lined up on a tightrope. Okay, good. Now inhale, and can you shift the right thigh bone into its socket? So move that right hip back. Good. Exhale, can you interlace your hands behind your back and place your knuckles on your sacrum, bending the elbows. And inhale, squeeze the elbows toward one another. Good. You might need to bend the back leg. Good. Exhale. Now you could stay here, inhale, or you could exhale, start to lean forward and straighten the arms. You can also keep the arms bent, okay? Now we're reaching with our chest right now. We're inhaling, and now we're gonna change it. We're gonna go into humble warrior, where you exhale, you fold downward. So like toward the inside of the leg, but keep moving that right hip back. Your arms might go up toward the ceiling, but they might not, okay? They might and they might not. And roll those shoulder heads away from the floor. You're stretching the front of those shoulders. I'm sure you're noticing. Keep breathing, but keep working that right hip. Right hip moves back. It's stabilizing you. You're breathing. Good, one more breath. Good job. Here we go. And then from here, we're going to exhale. Use that stability in your legs to start to press down into that front heel and rise back up. Inhale. Good. Exhale. Let's release the arms. Just shake them out. And we'll turn back toward that side, the front. Okay. Then inhale, open the left foot and kick the right heel back. And exhale, Warrior 2. Good, this time just inhale, squeeze the shoulders up, and exhale, squeeze them together behind your back and down. And let's do that again. So inhale, shrug the shoulders up. Good, exhale, squeeze them together and bring them down your back. One more time. Use that stabilizing breath and then slowly come into side angle pose, placing left forearm on left thigh. Right away, can you just draw that left thigh bone into its socket? Okay, so it's like coming in there, right? Getting strong. The ball of the hip the ball of the femur bone going right into that hip socket, and then reaching that right arm along your ear. Stay lifted out of your bottom shoulder so it's not shrugging up by your ear. And now where can you expand here? Maybe it's with your breath. Maybe it's through your arms or pressing into the floor. Good. Now from here, let's let that right arm come down in front of our eyes and then start to sweep across back toward that back leg. And then we'll turn the palm up. So we're externally rotating that upper arm bone and reaching it, maybe a little back. It just depends on your body. Okay. And now let's internally rotate it. So feel free to round through the chest or the upper back as you roll that upper arm bone forward, and then place the back of the hand on the low back or maybe around to the thigh. And then try to roll the shoulder open a bit and the chest open to the right, letting the neck do what feels best. Of course, the left hand could always come down to a block inside the ankle if you wanted. Just think opening chest to left, to right, to right. That's it. Good. Keep breathing. Good. And now gently undoing that bind with your arm behind your back. Just slowly undoing it and starting to face your left leg and stepping the feet so you're in warrior one on 2 tracks, not a tightrope. Okay. And then rising up and just situating yourself. Let's get that left thigh bone back into its socket, right? Just bring it back. You can always lift the back heel. Inhale, interlace the hands behind your back. You can bend the elbows, placing knuckles on sacrum. Roll shoulder heads back, engage back glute. Good, inhale. Good, exhale. You can stay here or you can start to lean forward, maybe straightening the arms. And we're gonna reach with our chest like you're trying to take off. Good. And then slowly keep moving that left hip back. You could also fold forward. Maybe the arms start to come toward the ceiling as you do that. Let your neck go. Keep feeling that left hip moving back, stabilizing you. Can you use your breath to stabilize you as well? Right? So Ujjayi breathing. Good. Can you do 2 more breaths? And 1 more breath. And now slowly really press into the front heel and then feel the back foot stabilize as well as you start to lift up. Good. Inhale and relax your arms and exhale, step forward. Kind of shake it out, bounce it out a little bit. How are you guys doing? All right. I turn to the heat down. I know, yeah, you don't have a layer underneath you. Oh, next time. You're right in the hot spot too. I'm sorry, Jeanette. Okay, inhale here. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, Utkatasana. So chair pose, but we're doing it with our feet apart or any distance apart that you want. So we're just gonna bend. Let's put our hands in front. They can be in prayer, they can be interlaced, whatever feels best to you. We're gonna inhale here. Can you take your weight back to your heels? Yeah, stick your butt behind you. So yeah, don't tuck it under. There you go. Inhale here. And then exhale. Can you transfer your weight to your left foot? And then inhale, can you lift the right foot off the floor? Stand upright. Good. And now exhale, can you slowly try to lower it back to Utkatasana, butt back. Good. Inhale. Now exhale, slowly start to shift to the right foot. Feel that hip engage. And then start to lift. Inhale, stand tall. Good, then exhale, start to bring it down. Utkatasana, and we're just gonna do each side again. You can do it on your own. That's right. Relaxing your jaw. Good. Now this time, when you're going to the left, when we're gonna shift the weight to the left, right? We're gonna inhale, lift the right. And exhale, we're just gonna step that leg back to crescent lunge, which is just a high lunge, back heel up. Good. Inhale, tuck the tail. You can let the arms go and take them behind your back again. Good. Inhale, roll the shoulder heads back. You can interlace hands if you want. And exhale. Good. Good. Inhale here, back leg can be straight or bent. Good. And exhale, we're gonna lean forward, chest reaching forward, and see if maybe you can balance and lift off that back leg. Okay. It's okay if you don't. It's okay if you don't take flight. You can keep tapping the toe down, okay? And then exhale, release the arms and bring the leg forward to stand. Just shake it out a little bit. Okay, other side. So we're setting up for a chair pose, right? We're gonna inhale, stand tall. Exhale, sit back. Inhale, transfer to the right foot. Exhale, start to lift. Inhale. Exhale, let's step it back to crescent lunge. Good, with control, tuck tail to begin, so you feel that stretch. Good, inhale. Exhale, interlace hands or place them on your hips. Good, you can straighten arms or keep them bent, and then back leg can straighten or bend, keep breathing. Good, and on the exhale, a little lean, shift that right hip back. Gonna try to balance. Maybe you just think about balancing, right? Maybe keep that back toe down. Keep breathing. When you're ready, bringing it forward, releasing the hands. And exhale down. Good job, just shaking it out. Wiggle around, good. Come back to the front. Inhale and exhale. Tree pose, okay? Now you can look wherever you want. You can look outside if you want to. You can turn whatever way, any kind of tree you want to do. Okay, so inhale, stand tall. Exhale, either foot comes up. Knee can turn out or stay forward. It can be any height, any arm position. Go ahead. Just think about this pose as bringing your nervous system down a little bit. I know balancing can be difficult, so you can make it easier by going against a wall and just kind of slowing down that exhale and down regulating. Okay, so making it a little bit easier on yourself. Good. Let's try 2 more breaths. You can always come out sooner. And then when you're ready to, you can bring the knee forward and then bring it down. And then just transition to the other side on your own, okay, your own time. Remember, think of this, our goal in this tree pose today is to bring the nervous system down a little bit. Soft eyes. And whenever you're ready to, just slowly bringing the knee forward and stepping down. Just wiggle it out, okay? And we'll come back up to the front and we'll need our knee padding. I need my knee padding. I recommend it as well. Take care of your patellas, okay? And when you're ready, just inhale, reaching up. And exhale to fold. Find your blocks. Inhale, reach your spine forward. And exhale, left knee goes down into a lunge onto the blanket. And we're going to stay forward in our lunge. Your hands can be on the floor or the blocks. Can you engage your left glute? Find your breath. Now, this might be where you want to stay. Or you could take both your hands on the inside and you could, lower the blocks, or you could take your hands to the floor. Okay, you could even bring your forearms down to your blocks. You can let your back round. Now, as you're doing this lizard pose, if you can feel as though you are really sucking that right thigh bone into its socket again, because you're stabilizing there. And remember, you're stretching those left hip flexors as well. I'm sure you're feeling that if you're letting your left hip come forward. Can you go just about 50% of what you would normally, of your max, in other words? That's what I mean by that, right? So you're not trying to push yourself to your limits. And think of this more about stabilizing through that right hip. Two more breaths. Good. And one more breath. And then slowly you can bring yourself back up. You can even keep hands on blocks if you want to, as you bring that right knee back and go back to downward dog. On your inhale, really feeling the width of your breath. Long exhale. And then inhale, bending the knees, and exhale, let's step that left leg forward to a lunge, dropping right knee to your padding, and then engaging your right glute and feeling this right heel feel like it's sliding back on the floor. And then taking both hands on the inside and coming down to whatever amount feels right for your body. Okay. Letting your neck relax. And just remembering you're trying to feel stability through that left hip. At the same time as you're, of course, doing a big stretch here, right? So in the stretch, you're being gentle. You're just easing your brain into it. Take 2 or 3 really long exhales here. And then slowly bringing yourself up. You can get your blocks, one on either side of that front foot. I'm going to put them on the highest level. What I'm going to do is inhale, lift the back knee, and I just walked my foot in a little bit. But I'm going to walk my hands forward, and I'm going to fold and bring my right leg toward the ceiling. Now, you might not need blocks at all. You might have your hands on the floor, or you might need to lower your blocks. Your hip can open. We're not going to try to keep our hips square for this one. Okay, that's not the purpose of this one. Okay, you can let your neck relax. Good. And just notice, this is a pretty challenging pose, as you might be feeling, right? And just feeling where you're feeling it. Could you let your neck relax? As you take 3 more breaths. Good. And then slowly, we're going to place that foot back down behind. Okay. And then we're going to place the blocks down low and step back to downward dog again. Good. Inhale there. And then exhale, bend the knees and step the right foot between the hands. And we're going to come into that same pose. Okay. So you can take the blocks, just arrange yourself. Slowly coming into it as you're ready. Good. Remember, you could let go of the blocks and place hands on floor if it feels better, or just lower them. If you can relax your neck. And now this time from this pose, we're going to stand up. So we're going to try to slowly bring that left leg forward without touching down, but it might need to touch down. And then pressing into that right leg, start to lift the left knee in towards your belly. Good. And inhale, reach arms up. Good. And then exhale, bring it down. Good. I was supposed to do that on the other side too, and I just forgot. But that's okay. We don't need to do it on the other side because you're going to get a little more practice. Let's step wide on your mat like we did before. You can have your blocks in front of you, or just inhaling, standing tall, and exhaling, folding. So you might not need blocks. It just depends on your hamstring and inner thighs today. Okay, let your neck relax. So you can stay right like this and just relax, just breathing in and breathing out, or you might want to bend your right knee and your left knee going side to side. Play around a little bit and see what your body and your mind would really like right now. You can take any arm positions. Let's take 3 more really long exhales. Good. And now slowly let's bend the knees. Sorry, I was deciding. And take your hands to your hips. Inhale, reach your chest forward, and exhale, stand. Good. And then just wiggle the feet towards one another. If you got anything on your mat, you can get it out of the way. We're just going to stand. Now, if you want balance support, you can stand against the wall. So have the wall behind your back rather than at your side. Okay, you don't have to use it, but if you want it, okay? And then inhale, stand tall and get yourself a focal point. Okay, and then exhale, let's bring the right knee up. And you can hold the knee and balance here. Or you could reach on the inside of the knee down for your big toes down there. Get a little hold there. Okay, now try to straighten the bottom leg if you haven't already. Inhale. And then exhale, we're gonna go out to Utthita Padangusthasana B or 2. So it's to the side rather than forward, okay? So it's to the side. Now you could do it with a bent knee and just hold like this, right? Just standing tall. You don't have to straighten the leg. Keep breathing. Nice. Can you relax through your shoulders? Good. Stand tall. And then maybe you could let go. Oh. Inhale. And then exhale, bend the knee, bring it down. Okay, just shake it out a little bit. Let's do the other side. Okay, so inhale, stand tall. Get a focal point. Exhale, the knee comes up. And you can hold the knee the whole time. Just work on balance, okay? Or you can reach the arm down inside. Reach for the foot or the toe. Inhale. We're going to go out a little bit. So you can go on the angle first. You can stay there, or you can try to straighten. The other arm could reach out, or it could be on your hip or up. Keep breathing. You can try to let go and hold it. And then slowly bring it down. And just shake it out a little bit. Good. All right. Inhale, stand tall. Might still want the balance. Exhale, no hands, right knee up. Inhale. Exhale, just take the knee out on that angle. Good. Inhale. Good. I like to put my hands on my belly. I don't know. I just get my core engaged. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Could you straighten the leg? Ooh. Inhale, bend. Anybody's quads seizing up? Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Ooh. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, down. All right, other side. Shake it out. Inhale, stand tall. Exhale, left knee in, no hands. And then out on the angle. Good. Inhale. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. One more. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale down. Shake it out. Good. All right, now we get to use those straps. Okay, we're going to be 5 minutes over, of course. Okay, so grabbing your straps. We're going to take the feet a little wide. And we're going to exhale. Have your strap in your right hand. So we're going to exhale, just kind of fold, but my knees are bent. Okay, so I've folded forward, but my knees are bent. I'm going to take that strap in. I've got it in my right hand. That's right. Yes. Okay, so I'm going to bring my left arm and try to thread it underneath my left leg behind me. So I'm going behind my back like that. Yes, you guys got it. And I'm going to take my right arm with the strap and I'm going to bring it around and see if I can grab that strap with my left hand. Some people might even be able to grab hands back there. Have I lost you? Your left arm is still through and underneath your left. Yes, there we go. Okay, now bend both knees. Start to shift your weight to your right and come up on the ball of the left toes. Yeah, that's it. Do you know where we're going next? Some of you do because you've done this with me before, but we're going to try to stand up on that right foot. Okay, so we're going to try to keep this bind going on and maybe stand up. What? How's this going? I know some of you are flossing your butt right now, right? Here we go. You're just going to try to stand up. This is called Bird of Paradise. Well, you straighten the leg in Bird of Paradise. I don't know if I can do that today. Yeah. And so even just getting the bind is kind of fun. So you can just stay down here in the bind too and just kind of open it up. So you can play around with that. If you want to try it again, you can, or you can go to the other side. So between sides, just kind of wiggle your butts, wobble around. I'm going to do it right in front of you. Okay, so ready? You're going to bend both knees. Now we're going to place the strap in the left hand, the left. Okay, and now we're going to send that right arm and make like you're trying to reach the person behind you underneath the left thigh and the knees. No, right thigh. Yeah, I'm backwards today, obviously. Your right arm underneath your right thigh. Now, left arm is going to go behind your back. And then you can clasp the strap or you can clasp hands. Okay, now shifting weight to that left foot, ball of right foot. Okay, and then you can slowly see about exhaling, right? Exhale and see if you can stand. Right? Yes. And you might not be able to stand, and that's okay too, right? Hey, you just see if you can stand. I know the bind is tough too. It's a big shoulder thing. You can try to straighten, and then you can come down and let it go. A little swing and twist will help after that. And just shake it all out. We need like 2 more hours to get into that. It's a crazy one. I haven't done it in like a year, I think. Bringing it back. All right, you guys. And now we're going to slowly, let's stretch up first though. Just get expansion. Inhale. And then exhale, fold. Inhale, reaching spine forward. And exhale, we're just going to come down in the interest of time onto our backs. Have your block close by. Okay. Pause for a moment. We're going to be doing bridge pose, so just setting your feet up for that. But pause for a moment and feel your breath. Feel contact with the floor. Slow down your exhale. You can sigh, you can hum. Good, and now we're going to do bridge, just kind of a symmetrical pose, opening things up, stabilizing the hips and the hamstrings after we opened them up so much, okay? So we're going to inhale, tuck the tail and lift the hips up and really work on engaging the glutes. So you're not trying to make a big back bend here. We're more looking for stability through your hips and hamstrings. Good. Feeling that. Pressing down at the ball of your big toe. Good. Yes, that's it. Pressing into the back of your head so that your neck is still curved away from the floor. And now you can take your block and slip it underneath your sacrum at any height. So it might be low, medium. It could be high too if you're really bendy and that feels relaxing to you. Now, whichever height feels right now. And then can you let your belly relax? Good. And let's inhale for a count of 4. Pause at the top for a moment. And exhale for a count of 6 if you can. You can always blow out through your mouth. And then again. You can take any other leg positions if you wanted to straighten one leg on the floor or take them up. Feel free to do what you'd like, but still focusing on this long exhale with a pause after the inhale. Again, the purpose here is down regulating. Good. And whenever you're ready to come out, you're welcome to stay here longer. I'm just moving us along because of timing. Okay, so you can stay here longer or come out by lifting your hips off the block, sliding it out of the way, doing any kind of twisting, like windshield wipers or anything, legs crossed if you have more time. And then finding a resting pose, Shavasana or any other restorative pose, using any props you'd like. And if you need to leave, you can, of course, take off as well. But otherwise, just allowing your body to totally release for just 2 minutes here. All right. And next week, I promise I'll give you a longer Shavasana, a good 10-minute one. So you might just notice in your own nervous system, are you able today to kind of let go of effort completely after working hard? It can be a challenge. Just noticing, maybe a sigh. You can feel like you're kind of sinking into the floor. The muscles behind your eyes softening. Your jaw and your tongue softening. All the way down into your throat, shoulders, hands. Your belly softening. Inner thighs, ankles, feet. If there's a lot on your mind, just imagine it kind of being there in the background as you allow yourself to drop in, just like you're sinking into the floor a little further. And coming back to your intention for a moment, or maybe it's something that you have as an intention for the rest of your day. Not like a to-do list, but more of like how you want to feel in your day. Imagine breathing that feeling, that quality in to every part of your body. And letting it go. And I'll end our session with an Om, and you can just move in your own time when you're ready, okay? I'll just inhale and then I'll Om. Inhaling. Om. All right. Thank you, everybody. You can take your time coming out, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.